So today we're playing Nominate a Mate. If you haven't heard this segment, it's a regular segment we do on the show where a lot of radio shows, they give away prizes that people would want, people that things that they would like, money, tickets.
Yeah. Amateur hour.
I know. And that's just
Why
not...
would you want something that you'd want?
No. What you really want is something that your mate would hate.
Yeah.
And that's what we have for you today.
Past items that we've given out on the show include a Happy Meal toy from the Emoji Movie. Not a high rating toy from a non-high rating film. No one wants that. I mean, no one over the age of 7 wants that.
No, we've also given away 1.5 paper Darth Vader masks.
Yes, 1.5 one time because we ripped it in half to decrease the value because no one we
there
thought
are a lot of Star Wars fans out there,
Yeah.
but generally they prefer functional merchandise.
Yes.
So we just decided to destroy that.
Exactly. So that's so today, Lewis, you don't actually know what I've bought in. And by the way, if you haven't caught on, this is essentially us just clearing out our garages. And sending out merch to listeners of this radio station.
No, we're not sending it to you guys. We're sending it to
send
your
it to your
mates because if you think you'll hate a gift,
not even that. If you think your mate will hate this, then listen up and you get a chance to get this sent to your mate's doorstep in the next week. And in this one, we haven't done this segment for a while, but today I've bought in a real stinker, Lewis.
And now, guys, if what Luke's brought in tickles your fancy, 131060, if you want your mate to receive some garbage, what have you got, Luke?
Now, you traditionally hate sport.
Yes.
Yes. And you traditionally enjoy standing up.
Oh.
Do you? You do.
Yeah, I like
you're
standing up
right now.
I'm so tall that seats just, they don't fit me.
I've got a hint before I reveal what it is. This gift, I'm going to say it's a gift. It's not really. Nominate a mate for, I guess, it is a gift.
An awful prize.
Yes, this awful prize actually was at this event late last year in September.
Tigers are going to win the premiership in 2017.
Grand final memorabilia. And you're probably thinking, but Luke, some people might enjoy that. There's a lot of football fans. We're in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Richmond's a popular team. No. This is the kind of stinky memorabilia that has been... I don't even know how I've got my hands on it. Mum brought it home from work.
Wait, how long ago was the grand final? 2017?
September last year.
Why do you have stuff
It
from
came
the
on my doorstep last week.
How?
I'm revealing it to you now.
What is that?
A grand final. It's a chemist...
People are calling already. They don't even know what it is.
People just want to stitch up their friends. It is a Chemist Warehouse 2017 AFL Grand Final seat cushion, portable seat cushion that you put on your seat. I'll demonstrate it for you now,
Lewis. Wait, on the seat
Lewis.
at the grand final?
Yeah, because they're hard seats at the MCG.
Right. So you take that into the MCG and you sit on it. So that's something that Chemist Warehouse knows they've built just for one use only.
Yes,
and then they know it's going to go in the bin.
No, that's the thing. It's not one use only. It's got a handle so you can transport it to the next game.
Luke, does it have a year on that?
2017. So
what year is it now?
2018.
So it's a
Not only is this a bad gift in 2018, it's a bad gift from 2017.
Right. Okay, so it's got Chemist Warehouse and Toyota
a
on
little zip compartment on the back so you can put
keep all your pharmaceuticals and pills in there from Chemist Warehouse. Because that's the only way you're going to enjoy that seat is if you're off your face. So, guys, if you want this disposable seat, give us a call on 131060 and we'll send it to your mate.
Yeah, so all you got to do is give us a call, 131060, nominate your mate for a gift you'll hate. They must have a reason as to why they'd hate this seat cushion. Give us a call.
Yep, it's a regular game that we do on our show because most radio shows, they give out cool prizes, tickets to events. We don't do that. What we do is we bring in things that we want to get rid of and we'll send them to your mate if your mate will hate it the most.
Yes, we essentially line up a bunch of callers and we go through as to why their mates would hate this the most. Today's gift is a cushion, I would say a portable cushion from the 2017 AFL Grand Final. It's a Chemist branded navy blue cushion with a portable handle so you can take it to other games.
I'm sorry, but is this good advertising? Did anyone actually rock up to the grand final and be like, geez, I'm bloody glad I brought my Chemist Warehouse branded seat cushion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, even now when we keep on saying Chemist Warehouse, this isn't a great ad for them because I'm not sure why this product exists.
I don't think they're coming across in a good light here.
The reason why I've actually come across this product is my mum gave it to me. She brought it home from work. I have no idea why. Like, she doesn't doesn't work at Chemist Warehouse. She works at a bookstore. So I have no idea who gave this to her.
Well, what's
And-
weird is the grand final happened ages ago.
Well, yeah.
How is this still floating around? It
It's
should be in the tip.
Floated into our house in June, and it became landfill the minute after it was off the production line. But she initially tried to give it to me. I laughed in her face and said, even if I was to bring that to the footy, I mean, it's not even comfortable. It's actually less comfortable than a regular seat.
Yeah, it's no good.
They've somehow made it worse than one of those plastic chairs at the MCG. And then she tried to give it to Dad, also laughed in his face. My brother Jack didn't want it. So now it's here on the radio show.
We're going to give it to one of your mates.
Yes. So, Nikki, why would your mate hate this grand final seat?
All right, so it's actually for my partner.
Yep.
He works at Melton Country Club, which is owned by Essendon Football Club,
Yep.
Right.
and he hates football.
Oh, so he's like Lewis, can't stand the game.
Yep.
He won't watch a game. I used to play when we started dating for the girls' team, and he wouldn't come to a game. Like, he hates it.
That's a bit
Wow.
rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he would come to the game if he had this seat to sit
Maybe
on?
he's been coming home with a sore bum.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe he needs a cushion to fix it, yeah.
Yeah, well, in that case, he actually might like this, and
That's
it
a
might
benefit.
it might enhance his feelings towards the sport. We certainly wouldn't want that.
That's true.
Nikki, does he own any cushions? Like, do you have a lot of cushions lying around the house? Could this be addition to your lounge room?
Well, he actually sits on the floor to play Xbox with his mates and doesn't actually have anything. It's kind of just on the floor.
Right.
Okay, so I'm thinking that he could actually find a use for this awful pillow, which is not what we're
No,
after.
we don't not want anyone using this practically. We'd prefer it to be thrown straight in the bin as it should have after the 2017 grand final.
Although I do like that Nikki called in not with a friend in like the mate term, but like an
Yeah.
actual mate.
Trying to stitch up your partner. That's even better.
Carly, welcome to the show. Why would your mate hate this gift?
Because she actually goes to the Adelaide Crows, and that would just be a giant reminder of the whopping loss.
They
from
lost
last
the
year.
2017 grand final.
That's
and
true.
I'm sure, this will be a heavy reminder of sad. I mean, this is possibly, I didn't even go for either team. And now looking at this cushion, I no longer remember the 2008 AFL grand final. So 2017 AFL grand final fondly because of this seat.
Yeah.
It's now a bad memory for me because all I think of now is this seat. So perhaps
If she
though,
already has a bad memory and then we give her this seat to make it even worse, to rub
Oh,
it
yeah.
in,
This
are
is-
you going to probably ruin her whole day?
this is definitely worse than
Probably,
your
yeah.
team losing in the grand final
Yeah.
is receiving this
It's a
gift.
reminder almost a year later.
Well, I mean,
when the team loses, you train them to be better. When you get this seat, you just put it straight in the bin. So I
Yeah.
think
so
definitely worse than the team.
I think we're definitely going to give it to Carly because
Carly, congratulations.
So again, it's not a prize.
Congratulations, Carly. You're an awful friend because we're going to send this horrible gift to your mate and hopefully they're going to hate it.
Stay on the line. Give us
Awesome.
your mate's address. Definitely not yours. You do not want this stinker riding up on your doorstep next week. That will ruin your week, and we wouldn't want that for you. But for your mates, absolutely. Thank you very much for calling, Carly. Stay on the line, and this will be sent out ASAP.
We've had enough of Drake. We need a Drake break.
Yeah, we do. There's been a Drake quake on
Yeah.
the radio today. I heard Hotline Bling about an hour ago. Too much Drake, guys.
Yeah,
We're sick of it. We need a break from Drake.
Drake's just released his latest album and it's 25 tracks, which is just too many tracks.
It's too much Drake
Yeah,
on one album.
The guy has enough songs out already. The songs that we were just talking about before are not from his latest album. They're old Drake tracks. Pretty
Yeah.
soon we're going to start dealing with the old ones, the new new album.
And then there's old, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Usher. Never mind. Too much R&B.
Too much Drake with the perfect amount of Usher. You're fine, man.
Yeah, we'll leave Usher alone, but just this once. Okay, can we put Usher on a warning?
Yeah.
But then we're actually focusing in on Drake.
If Usher releases one more track, I'm
Yeah.
done. That's it. That's too
But
many.
Drake has already gone over that.
Yeah.
We're focusing on Drake today.
Well, Drake just released his album and it's 25 tracks, which is huge for an album. And I tried to listen to the whole album on the way here. It takes me like more than an hour to get to work on the train. I didn't finish the album.
Of course you're not. Way too many tracks.
Too many tracks.
And
There was
we
more
were...
tracks than the train that I was on.
Well, that's only one track. I hope so, unless you changed lines.
I was
In
on
that
two
case,
tracks.
2 tracks.
Yeah, sorry.
Barely a single.
I got confused between tracks and discs.
Yeah.
Actually, Drake didn't put out any discs. It
No,
was a
well, he did. He
streaming
put
album.
out 2. Oh,
Yeah.
really? He didn't even put it out on
No, you probably couldn't fit it on a CD. Too many tracks.
too many tracks. So, what are we going to do about this? Okay, here's the thing. Before we go into a solution to counteract Drake's tracks, can we decide on what is an appropriate amount of tracks to put on an album? I would say 10 to 12.
Yeah, I think 10 to 12 is the norm because Kanye just went the complete
14.
opposite way.
Yeah,
Kanye
14.
came out with 7 tracks for his album, which
That's
is
not
not
enough.
an album.
That's an EP.
Yeah, come on, mate. Step it up.
So I would say 5 to 7 is an EP.
Yeah.
10 to 12 is a LP, or a normal album. 14 if you love a bonus track and love value for money to the fans.
Yep.
18 plus is a double album.
25. is just a
25,
marathon.
you're Drake. You're in Drake. Drake's the only one hitting that zone.
Yeah.
I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers had a double album with 22, Stadium Arcadium.
Yeah.
And at the time, I went, geez, this is a lot of tracks, guys.
Yeah.
And then Drake's come and blown that out of the water.
Well, I actually read Spotify released that Drake's album is getting 10 million plays an hour.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, Drake's so amazing.
Yeah,
It's like, no, he just had 10 million
Yeah,
tracks
only
on his
one
album.
person's given it a spin. He's just got that many tracks on
They've
it.
just made it through in an hour.
Right. Well, I think we need to make it our mission we need to do our bit to counteract Drake. I think I've got a couple of solutions.
Right.
We'll go to a song. We'll come back.
Is it a Drake song?
Hopefully not. You know what? But probably.
Yeah.
Just because the sheer ratio of Drake that's being pumped. Literally just today, this is how much Drake has been played on the radio in the last half an hour. This was during Keegs' show before we came on air.
It's an homage to Drizzy Drake tonight. Some Drake. Drizzy Drake. Drake. Playlist of old school Drake tracks. Are you a Drake fan?
Mad crazy Drake fan.
It's too much Drake.
Too much Drake.
After the break, we're going to give a
We've got a
break from
solution,
Drake.
guys.
I was trying to think of another catchphrase. There's
Luke's
not that many
listen-
things that rhyme with
Luke's listened to
Drake.
so much Drake, he can't even speak anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to a song. Hopefully it's not Drake, but we'll see. We're trying to have a Drake break because Drake's just put out his new album. It's 25 tracks long, which is just too many tracks. And even just forgetting about all the other tracks that he's put out that he's
Yeah.
playing on the radio all the time. We're just trying to have a break from Drake, but
We
we
just
can't.
feel like there's an influx of Drake tracks right now in the music industry that we need to try and help counter out. And also, I've got a few more slogans for our movement. I was trying to think of one before the song. Kind of didn't get land on it, but during the song, I've come up with 3.
Do they
Would you like to
rhyme?
hear 'em? Of course.
Good. All slogans must rhyme.
Let's
Luke and
shake
Lewis rule.
Drake.
Let's shake Drake. I
yeah,
like that.
good.
That's good.
Too much Drake makes me ache.
Yeah, that's good.
And the last one, are you familiar with the phrase "let them eat cake"?
Yes.
Let them eat Drake.
I like that.
Cannibalism is a big call. It's not the best solution, but it depends how seriously we're taking
I've
it.
just come up with one now.
Yeah.
Listen to Drake, you'll cry a lake.
A cry a lake.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, because not even a river.
A Drake lake.
Yeah.
So
And
what
that
we need
shows
to do...
you the kind of sadness that we're.
Well, sometimes he does
dealing
make
with.
some sad songs, and if you listen to a sad Drake
I
song...
was gonna say he sings about crying.
Yeah, that's
Drake
true.
cries his own lake. Anyway, we're trying to think of a solution for all this Drake tracks in the music industry now.
We need to counteract it, and I've been thinking about it, 25 tracks is so many. It's almost... I was thinking initially, well, maybe someone needs to make a silent album, just an album full of silence, but... Someone's already done that. A band did that a couple of years ago where they released a whole album just full
Yeah.
of silence and they told everyone to play it on Spotify to fund their next tour. So we don't want to steal their idea.
No, I had one. Have you heard of the Kardashian blocker? Like
Right.
ad block where
Yes,
people
I have.
write a code to block a certain names from their internet newsfeed and stuff. Drake blocker.
That's good.
It's a temporary solution to stop yourself seeing too much Drake, but the problem's still out there.
Yeah,
'cause there's
everyone,
still a lot of
there's
Drake
still
tracks out
Drake for
there.
everyone else. I thought of something. Why don't you just delete all of your streaming services, so all your streaming apps, and then you go back to buying music?
Ah.
You literally wouldn't be able to afford all these Drake tracks. That are coming
That's
out.
good. Yeah, or you just become a hermit and stop listening to, stop engaging in pop culture.
You'd buy so
altogether.
many Drake tracks that you'd end up having to sell your phone, and then you can't listen to them anymore.
Yeah.
But-
and you'd be a Drake addict.
You know what? How about this, man? I reckon that you and I should fix this problem. We take it upon ourselves. I was thinking that seeing as Drake's released a 25-track album, why don't you and me make a no-track album? Just an album that has no tracks on it.
We just dropped Luke and Lewis album,
No.
0 tracks.
Luke and Lewis, the
So,
no
right,
the
so
no
it's
track
not
album.
silence.
No, it's not silence because that's a track. If you release a silent track, that's still a track. That makes the problem worse. I think we release a full album with no tracks, so we get cover art done. We name the song. We record a song. We delete the song. And then we don't release the
I was
song.
going to say, because you just said record the song, then I went, oh, that smells like a track. And then
That
you
is a
said delete
track.
the song, and I was like, that's the crucial part of making a no-track album.
Well, the thing
No
is,
tracks.
like you can release a no-track album, but you're not really a musician if you've never made music before. So we have to make some music and then delete it.
Yeah, 'cause
and
we're
then
s-
release the no-track
we're
album.
we're serious artists.
Exactly.
Like Drake.
Like a lot of people, they become perfectionists, so they just cut off tracks that aren't good enough for the album. And I think this
Yeah.
album's going to be so good that no track is going to be good enough for it.
Well, it doesn't even matter. There's no tracks going to be good enough for it. Because I'd like to think we could make an album full of great tracks, but what's the point? Because there's too many tracks out there. Because Drake's already ruined that for everyone.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think there is a niche in the market now for a no-track album.
Yeah.
What will we call the no-track album?
The no-track album. Luke and Lewis's no-track album.
Can we call it no tracks with an X? Just so we appeal
okay.
to youth culture.
I do like an X and a Z.
Where's the Z?
It's a silent Z after the X.
Or better after no. So some people might think it's Nos tracks and they might
Yeah.
think it's French, but it's
That's-
no. Just a silent Z.
Yeah.
You don't understand art or culture.
All right, we'll debate about the Z during the song, but I think
I've got an idea. Okay, this is a hypothetical.
Yeah.
All right, are we doing this, by the way?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to release this album. We're
I
going to.
mean,
We're not going to chart
I was
because
about-
no one can buy the song.
I was
'cause there's
no,
no
I
song.
think we should definitely charge $19.99. They're getting a full album. It's just got no tracks on it.
Okay, yeah, of course. I mean, people
How much
buy albums.
How
they
much
don't buy tracks.
does Drake charge?
Drake's album was I think $20.99.
Let's do 21.
Yeah,
Let's value our no track album higher than his 25
I think
tracks.
so. I mean, his cover art was just a photo of his head. We can do better than that.
Photo of both of our heads.
That's 2 heads for the
Oh,
price
no.
of more than one.
No, I think we do no head.
No head, no
Yeah,
heads in the
similar to
album.
no tracks.
All right.
I've got an idea. So hypothetical situation. Luke and Lewis, we drop a no track album. It
Yep.
goes global. Obviously, people are sick of tracks. It's going to
course.
be a hit.
Yeah.
Goes number 1. People are like, oh my God, have you listened to Thingos? No way. No, I haven't because they got no tracks.
Yeah.
Great. People are buzzing. All of a sudden, people are going, oh my God, they need a tour.
Yeah.
What do we tour a no track album with? We launch a national no date tour. No dates.
Mate, we're going to be famous. Actually, we're not, but that's not the point. This is going to be huge.
Well, ideally, we won't be famous because. Oh no, I don't know. It's not about fame. It's all about.
This is all about
Counteracting
counteracting
Drake.
track. I like the idea. Let's plan it out. We're going to execute it throughout the week. Oh, it's officially announced. The
There's
no track
nothing to
album.
plan out. We don't have to do anything.
We have to record a song and then delete it. There's heaps to do. What are you talking about? We've got to do cover art. We've got to name it. We've got to spell out whether we've got to decide on this Z whether it's
I
silent
have
or
an
not.
idea for cover art, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you on tomorrow's show.
All right,
Already
brilliant.
too much new information, and I want to save something to talk about because, again, we're making it with no tracks. There's already not a lot to talk about.
All right, stay tuned, guys. No tracks coming soon. Luke, as you know, I'm 24 years old. I don't have my driver's license.
It's embarrassing. But you know what? It's a big step coming out in the radio and admitting that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Guys, I'm an invalid. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 24 years old. And you know what's worse is I have my license. I have my learners in my wallet, and I've had it since I was 18.
And you only got your learner's permit so you could have an ID, so you could get into bars and stuff.
And even worse than that, I don't drink. So what was I doing that for anyway?
Yeah, you just wanted to have an ID, and I've seen your learners. It looks faded. It looks unrecognizable.
It's full on embarrassing
You've
now
got
when I give it to
shaggy
a
hair in
bouncer.
it. You don't look anything like you do now because it was 6 years ago.
I know.
and as you shouldn't.
When I give it to a bouncer, he just looks at me and he goes, "Shouldn't you be learning to drive, mate? Go home."
Yeah.
But I recently had my first ever driver's lesson with an instructor because I just had an event in my life where I was just like, enough is enough. I need
Oh,
to
so there was
learn
like
how
a
to
tipping
drive.
point.
There was a triggering moment.
Really?
Because
Because me giving you countless lifts home every single week was not a tipping point?
no,
Me
that was
going,
more of a bonus.
"Oh."
It was more of a service. It was like Uber, but I didn't have to pay for it, and I could get a low rating. Didn't matter.
Yeah, well, it's not appreciated.
No, what happened was because Melbourne's public transport on trains is amazing, so it never really bothered me not having my license. It just inconvenienced
And
all my friends.
You
which
live
is
like
fine.
200 meters away from a train station, so
Yeah.
I think you got a bit cozy with the idea of I don't need to get my license because why do I live near a train station?
Yeah.
There's no reason.
No, but recently I leased a warehouse to work in, just an office space, and I have to catch the bus. I know. And every time I step on the bus, I lose a little bit more respect for myself.
No,
I'm
you
like,
lose
"Come on,
all
mate."
respect the first time you step on a bus.
I know. The first time I came home from the warehouse, a 9-year-old asked me if he could borrow a cigarette. And I was like, sorry, man, I don't smoke. I don't know why I didn't just say no. Like, sorry, I don't smoke, but if I did... No, what happened one time, this is the week before I booked a driver's lesson, because when this happened, I was like, I need my license. When I get on the bus to go home, the next stop is a shift change. So the bus driver gets off and
So you have to
finishes his
wait
shift.
like 10 minutes for them to do the swap over. 'Cause
Yeah.
usually they have a dart outside. And
Yeah, exactly, with a 9-year-old, and it's
Yeah.
just takes ages.
Yeah.
So what happened?
He's trying to give the 9-year-old CPR.
So what happened was I've noticed that taking the bus at this point is the drivers are at the end of their shift, so they're absolutely really excited to just finish. So generally they just rocket off from my spot so that they can finish their shift at the next stop. Now I got on the bus and I was going to sit down on one of those seats that face sideways. So you know when you're a little bit off balance.
Rookie move.
Yeah.
Your center of gravity is not going with the bus.
No.
It's going away from the turns. Been there, done that.
And
I don't want to talk about my bus days, but there was a dark time in my life. But I have experienced sitting on the side seat.
yes.
Wouldn't do it. And people may be listening to this on a bus now. Unlikely if he's pumping the radio that loud, but move seats if you are, because
Yeah.
you're gonna fall.
So I was about halfway down to sit, and which with me being so tall, I was like 5 minutes down towards the seat to go, and he was just like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for this guy to sit down. I want to go home, and he just floored it. The bus driver just accelerated faster than any driver I've ever experienced on a bus,
Yeah.
and then I fell over like
Yeah.
I've never fallen over before. I rammed my forehead into one of the seats. It hurt so much. I still have a bruise right here.
I'd love to see the security cam footage of a 6'8" man being sprawled on the bus with his legs and arms.
I almost took up the whole
Did you
bus.
drop anything? Like,
Yeah, I
it's the
dropped
best.
my bag. I hit my face on the seat. People laughed at me.
We were talking about this the other day. I love watching. I know it's a horrible thought. When they're okay, I love watching people fall when they have stuff in their hands. It's so good.
Yeah, and I had my camera. I was like, it's either my forehead or my camera, and my forehead's a lot stronger than a lens. So
Yeah.
I took that. And then, as I was getting up, he then slammed on the brakes, and then I went the other way. And then I went up to look at him and say something like, "Hey, man!" And then he just got off and finished his shift, and he was laughing.
Well, as you would be, you had stuff in your hands. That's hilarious.
I know. So
Well,
and then I went home with
so-
a sore forehead, and I booked a driver's lesson.
So that was the tipping point.
Yeah.
I think it's agreed that enough is enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get your driver's license.
Yeah.
You're 24. I've got a solution for you, and I
Mhm.
want to help you as a friend. Okay?
Okay.
I've made some calls before the show. I saw that you wanted to talk about your driver's license on the show. I
Yep.
didn't know what you were going to tell me, but I think it still applies. I've made some calls. We're getting people to help you. Can
Have
we
you
talk
got
about
someone
after
who
the
can
break?
get me a helmet for the bus?
No, you should just not be on the bus. Lewis, before the break, we were talking about your lack of driver's license that you possess.
Jeez, that was a long sentence for something easily explained. I don't have a license.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to dance around the subject because you're 24 and you don't have it, so I'm trying to soften the blow for you.
I
But
appreciate
if you
that.
want me to come out there and say it, great. Lewis is 24 years old and he doesn't have a driver's license, so that would have been
Very
rude.
concise. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, but also quite degrading.
No, I've accepted it, man. I've come to terms with it,
I
and I'm moving to fix it. And I don't appreciate you shaming me in a point in a point of my life where I'm trying to improve myself.
You've had 6 years to improve yourself.
You wouldn't walk into Alcoholics Anonymous and just start making fun of everyone. I'm trying to fix my problem, man.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in Alcoholics Anonymous 6 years, then I don't know, maybe you're up for ridicule. I don't know the rules. I've never been. But it's time to get help. So there was a tipping point where, was it last week you fell over on the bus?
The bus driver made me fall over on the bus.
Yeah, okay. You fell over on the bus
fell over
and
on
you
the
went,
bus.
okay, this is getting ridiculous. I need to get my license. And I'm your mate, so I've come to your aid here. And there's a few people in your life who also agree with me that enough's enough and it's time.
Are you saying that people in my life don't enjoy driving me around?
It's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, not even Uber drivers do. I've got a very low rating.
And one thing that it's like a 4.5
Yeah,
or
and I'm
something.
paying them to do
Don't
it too.
pick up Lewis, guys, and it's well deserved that rating too. You're very inconsiderate. So That was a low blow. So, you told me before the show, I was like, what's the reason? What's the reason why you don't have your license? You went, oh, my parents refused to take me out. And I think that's a cop-out. Would you agree?
They didn't refuse. They just got really nervous every time. And then that made me nervous, and then it was just a really nervous affair,
Right.
and then I just couldn't do it.
Well, I called your mum before the show, Sandra, and
And she
her-
agreed. She would say, yeah, 100%.
Well,
my
absolutely
fault.
not. I asked why hasn't Lewis got it yet? Because I was like, look, she might be like, oh, it's my fault. You know, this is what she said.
Because he's just been too lazy.
Yeah, I agree. Lazy.
Mum,
What do you mean? That's spot on. That's just truth bombs coming straight hot to your radios from Sandra Spears. Right there.
I've been thinking about it for ages. I mean, that counts as work, doesn't it? It's like studying,
What?
thinking about doing the driving.
Yeah, that's the problem. You know, I think the main reason is you hate paperwork.
Yeah.
You don't like the process, and you also hate being taught things.
I know. When I didn't have a job, I tried to get Centrelink 3 times. I just gave up. I was like, I'm not going to fill out forms. I'll just starve to death.
Yeah, and that's easier.
Yeah, it is.
And I also asked your mum, I asked, like, what she thinks you'd be like. Okay, do you think you'd be a good driver when you get it?
I think so. What do
Really?
you mean?
I don't know.
I have no desire to speed or hoon.
What were
I
we
just wanna
driving? We
get
were
from A
driving
to
something
B.
recently and you couldn't do it. It wasn't like it wasn't.
What, a tandem bike?
Oh, yeah, bike. Yeah, that's it. You couldn't ride a bike.
A tandem bike?
Yeah, but it was like
you were
more-
on the back.
No, it was the way you were not cautious of your surroundings. You were like not. You just weren't being.
Do you have any idea
conscious.
how long a tandem bike is, man?
Yes, I do. I was on the back of it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's the limo of bikes, but nowhere near as luxurious.
I asked your mum. I said, Sandra, what would Lewis be as a driver?
Too scared to get in the car with him.
She wouldn't know because she doesn't want to get in the car
I
with you.
told you. She was
Yeah, but
too
it's not
scared
her
to get
fault.
in.
She just doesn't. She
So
doesn't
she'll
feel
blame
safe.
me, but then she'll be like, no, I'm too terrified to
And
teach
we
you.
couldn't play it all because there was problems with the audio. But that she actually said that she told me that she actually bought you a car and you never used it. There's no excuse.
No, it was given to us. She didn't buy it.
Well, she got you a car to learn in.
Yes.
And now your brother's taking it.
I'm
'cause you're-
arguing semantics at this
it's
point.
sat on the street for 2 years.
Mate, I
unused.
don't want to learn in a manual.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair game. All right, but here's what we're going to do, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to do... Are you happy to do driving lessons on the show?
Yeah.
In the Fox Jeeps. I
can
think.
drive the
I'm not sure
Jeeps?
if we're using the Jeeps.
We're
We
going
are?
to drive.
We're getting mixed response from producers.
Confirmed. We're going to drive the Jeeps.
Okay, and I'm going to sit in the back, do a bit of backseat driving.
Because
Will
you're actually not on your full
I
license.
can't. I'm still on my green P plates, which
Come
means
on,
I
man.
can't
You should get on your full
supervise.
license. This is your fault. That's why I don't have a driver's
I
license.
can't yet. Oh, yes, I
Exactly.
can actually. Some of my friends are just on their full
Yep.
license.
Now look what you've done to our show. Can't drive the Jeeps. You have to sit in the back.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Disappointing, mate.
I love backseat driving. It means I just get to comment and criticize and
Mate, I don't
focus.
think that's going to help me learn. You in the back
Yeah.
with a microphone running.
Oh, I'll be encouraging.
I mean, I'm borderline learning
just
how to
winked at
do
him, guys.
radio. I can't learn how to drive at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be a disaster. Oh well, we're doing it later in the week.
All right, we might not make the next show, but
Actually,
there was some audio
if
for
your
you.
mum doesn't even have faith to be in the car with you, I don't know why I do.
You've just
We'll
trapped
find
yourself,
out.
mate. Luke, you were telling me just before that you have a big confession that you'd like to make live on radio.
It's something that's been weighing on me for quite some time now, and I realised it 3 weeks ago.
And it's taking you this long. You've been deliberating. Should I
Well,
tell
I've told a
people?
few of my friends, and I've had a mixed response to this confession.
Right.
It's okay. Look, it's not easy, but I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay,
I feel like I'm coming out right now. And I am.
you're coming out.
I am coming out to
I knew it,
the-
man. I knew it. You could have told me.
as a
You-
panic.
all you had to do was tell me that.
What are you implying?
Well, you just said it. That you're coming out, and I
Yeah.
knew.
As a Panic at the Disco fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really, a Panic at the Disco fan still
Yes.
in 2018?
They're my favourite band. And
Really?
I realised it 3 weeks ago.
Your favorite band
Ever.
ever? And have they been your favorite band for like your whole life?
They were in year 9
Yeah.
and then probably through to year 12. And then I will admit, even as a fan of theirs, they had a couple of sloppy years where they released one studio album that, yeah, Mike's agreeing, it was not the best.
Are you a Panic at the Disco fan too?
I mean, I don't mind them.
You're playing it down.
I love
Before the
them.
show, you
Love
told
them.
me. Yeah, they're great band.
They're great.
I can't believe I've been betrayed. I thought I knew you guys. This is ridiculous. Well, what songs?
All of the songs. That's why I didn't want to tell you. The reason why it's come back into my life is
Man,
their
they were
new
cool
album.
in 2005.
Yeah, but the new album they dropped over
Yeah.
2 weeks ago is bang on. If you're not familiar with Panic at the Disco, this is their biggest hit.
All right, this is a banger.
It's a banger.
This is a banger. But
Yeah.
but that's it.
One of many.
You know why I don't like Panic at the Disco? All of their song titles are just massive sentences.
What do you mean?
I write sins, not tragedies. That's a sentence, not a
5
song.
words. All right.
5 words for a song. This one I have to expand. Don't threaten me with a good time. Huge sentence. Apparently that's the song they've written.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
I believe it was the first track of their second last album.
It's
That's
just
what they opened with
it's
the last
too
time.
long.
Did I ever tell you that? I never told you. I went to their tour 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I never told you. Why would I? Don't need that kind of ridicule in my life.
Did the show go for a long time?
Yeah.
It was probably because they had to say that every time they played a new song, they had to say a whole sentence.
This is what I knew. Okay, I said before the show, can I confess something to you on air? And you said, yes, of course, it's a safe space. And then I come on air, and this is how you treat me.
Mate,
Disrespect.
I'm panicking in the safe space.
We'll do it at the disco. Surely I'm not the only one. This is why I wanted to do this.
I think
Surely
you're the
I'm
only
not
one.
the only one. It's what, 11:20. We're in Melbourne right now. There's got to be a 16-year-old girl or boy out there right now who's feeling this way. Is Panic at the Disco your favorite band? Please give us a call, 131060. The reason why is I want to talk about it with someone. I can't talk about them with anyone.
I don't want to talk about Panic at the Disco on our
None of
show.
my friends are into it.
Why don't you go back to 2005 and do this radio segment? Then I would have been on board.
No, I wouldn't have been that cool then. But yes, we're getting calls.
No, all these calls are going to say, no, we're not
Is
there.
Panic at the Disco your favourite band? Give me a call. I want to talk Panic. Lewis can deal with it. You go in the corner, leave. I don't care. We're happy to do. Listen, lots of people like them, mate. We're getting heaps of
I
calls.
can't believe we're doing this.
Mike, you never told me that you're a fan. We could have chatted about this. We didn't have to do this on air.
I know, I love them, but let's get
What's
the
your favourite
callers
song?
up.
Favourite song before
9
we go?
in the afternoon.
Oh,
Massive sentence.
I'm leaning towards High Hopes.
The new one.
Yeah,
That's
one of their
actually
new
quite
ones.
at 2 words. That's
Yeah.
pretty good for them.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, hopefully we won't speak to anyone after the break, but we'll
Great.
see. So
And
unfortunately, we're talking about Panic at the Disco.
That was the best song in the world, High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, my current favourite band,
Yeah.
which I've just confessed to Lewis and I guess all of Melbourne now. Before the song, I told you I had a big confession. It's been weighing on me for weeks now. Do I tell Lewis? He's quite judgmental. And surprise, surprise, he was very judgmental, but we're doing it anyway. And I asked people to call him 131060 if they were a big Panic at the Disco fan. Ideally, is Panic at the Disco your favourite band? And the phone's lit up. We got over 4 calls.
Well, I didn't realize we
Which
could.
I was surprised in 2018. I thought I was the only one.
Well, I didn't realize we could turn our phone into a time machine, but apparently we can. we picked up 4 people from 2005.
Yes, and I'm pretty excited. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I just wanted to talk Panic at the Disco to someone. None of my friends were into it. I mean,
Can I also just say, I don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys, but every single caller is a woman, and you're the only guy here.
Pardon?
So you're
nothing wrong with that.
No.
Unisex band. All right, let's go to Michaela. Michaela, is Panic at the Disco your favourite band?
Hi, sorry.
That's all right. It takes a long time getting back from 2005.
Totally does,
Yeah,
but it's so
bit
worth
of time
it.
travel lag. Is Panic at the Disco your favourite band?
I'm going to say no, but
Why'd you call?
because
What's your
they're
favourite
freaking
band?
amazing, and you just reminded me of them.
What's your favourite band?
So you just called because you were reminded of a
Because I
band.
have a similar situation. Simple Plan. They were the band that hit my heart as I was growing up.
You think Simple Plan are
Oh my
better than
God.
Panic at the Disco?
No, I don't, because they're
Well,
not
then
really
why
my
did you bring them
favourite
up?
anymore.
What's your
Panic at the
favourite band,
Disco is not your
Michaela?
favourite band. Simple Plan's not your favourite band.
Michaela, I got people to call because I wanted to chat Panic at the Disco.
I told
didn't-
you we wouldn't get
If
anyone.
I wanted to
I
chat
know,
Simple
you've
Plan,
obviously contacted the wrong person. Like,
well,
seriously,
you've
guys.
contacted us. This is the problem that we're trying to deal with now.
Yeah, Michaela, why don't you give Nova a
Hang
ring?
on.
Maybe they were talking about that.
Before you go, what's your
Yeah.
favourite Panic at the Disco song, Michaela?
I actually think it's High Hopes. It was either I Write Sins Not Tragedies or The Ballad of Mona Lisa.
Right.
But I really,
She's
really
a singles
love...
fan. Get her off. There's no album tracks in there. All right, I want to talk to a real fan. Urena, are you... Sorry, Michaela, but you have to go. Urena, is Panic at the Disco your favourite band?
Of course it is. It's
This
like my
is what
high
I
school
want.
backdrop. It
Are you
reminds
in
me
high
of
school?
Are you still in
I
high
feel like
school?
there's a lot of people reminiscing about this band. There's no current fans on the line.
No, I'm not still in high school yet. It is mostly a reminiscing band. Like, there's a few.
Have you
There is
have you played their
Damn.
latest album from start to finish?
No, I'm a bit. I'm just
So favorite
on
band
the
hasn't listened to
phone.
their new album.
I'm too stuck in like the
Who
band.
took these calls?
Yeah.
What are you
I told you. I told
not
you wouldn't get anyone,
putting
mate.
through? I really appreciate you calling, Irena, but I'm looking for real fans. Sarah, are you a real Panic at the Disco fan?
I would say yes. I mean, they're my favorite band, like, ever. I've never, but the thing is, I've never been, like, obsessed with a band before. Like, I've never been.
But you are obsessed with Panic at the Disco.
Pretty much.
Great.
Pretty
And
much. You can't be pretty much
have you
obsessed
checked
with
out,
something.
Have you checked out their new album?
Yeah, for sure.
What's your favourite track?
Oh, I would say High Hopes.
Ooh, have you heard Dancing's Not a Crime?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Mate,
funky
we're
stuff,
not,
isn't
We're
it?
not turning our show into
Mate,
a
this is what this
review.
is about. We're talking album tracks. We're going deep. Have you ever seen them live?
Yeah, I saw them last year.
Yeah, at Festival Hall?
Yeah.
It was a great gig, wasn't it? What was your favourite part of the gig?
Well, I love, like, This Is Gospel is, like, my favorite song.
I liked it
ever.
when Brendan
So-
Urie, who was the front man, did a backflip. That was pretty
That
cool.
was, yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Well, mate, it was Sarah. It was great to chat Panic at the Disco with you. This is what this is all about.
I'm
I mean,
great that you're making our radio
talk
show
about
once
it
again
tomorrow.
just about you.
That's all right. Candice, are you a big Panic at the Disco fan?
Yeah, I love them.
Are they favourite band
Yeah, I would definitely put them up there.
currently?
Up there.
Up there.
Up there with who?
Up there with quite a lot. I still love Fall Out Boy.
Oh, yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
Yep.
more just
But
general
it's up
pop
there.
punk chat now. See, now's the part where we're
I
losing
can't
listeners.
believe how basic our show's getting.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy. Panic
Can
at
you
the
tell
Disco.
It's
Lewis-
definitely one of my favorites.
Can you tell Lewis, Candice, like, what's the appeal? Why do you love Panic at the Disco like me? Explain to Lewis.
Because it gets you up and moving. Like,
pumping.
getting to work at 7 o'clock in the morning and you just want to, like, scream out your window.
Yeah.
It's great.
Get pumping, man, in the morning.
So
Yeah.
so what you're saying, Candice, is if I start listening to Panic at the Disco, I'll just start screaming. I think I've already done
Well,
that actually.
in happiness.
Ah.
In happiness.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Positive
I
screaming.
was going the opposite direction.
Can we,
No,
to try and get you on board, Lewis,
Yeah.
because she said it's a good thing to listen in the morning, can you set your alarm this week as a Panic at the Disco song and see if it improves your week?
I think it'll destroy my alarm clock. That'll end up flying out the window.
All right, well, can we give it a go?
Yeah, all right. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Let's do it.
You owe me a
This
new alarm
is
clock.
Luke and Lewis talking Panic at the Disco all the way to midnight. No, we'll probably stop now, but it was great fun. Thank you very much for calling, everyone.
Guys, it's time for a first world sook. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of problems that are probably more important than what we're about to say, but it doesn't matter because we're about to say them anyway.
Yeah, and this is in light of the recent plastic bag ban, which has happened in Australia. Australians have been ridiculed today in the news by overseas news outlets. We're talking BBC, we're talking newspapers in Singapore, America, the whole lot. Right, it's because they're laughing at Australians having a sook over this bag, over this plastic bag.
Which actually surprised me. I thought that we were like ahead of the curve. I thought we were, because of how much people were complaining about plastic bags being
You
banned.
thought we were the guinea pigs.
I thought we were like, oh man, the world's never experienced
Not
this
at all.
before. Some people get angry, but that's okay because we're pioneering change. No, once again, we're about 5 years behind.
Yeah, we're just sooks.
Yeah.
Right? We sook about things. Oh, this affects me personally. Great.
Yeah. And even though it's a good thing that we're banning these
It's
plastic
such
bags,
a minor inconvenience.
people are getting so angry about it that they've started abusing the staff at supermarkets. This is what 9 News had to say.
What people are saying, though, is that people who are unhappy about this shouldn't turn their anger on people working at the checkouts today, just trying to implement the changes, but certainly it's one for all of us to think about.
So people have such a minor problem, like, oh, I've got to remember a bag. That's it. That's all you got to do. And they're like abusing people who work minimum wage. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I don't really shop, so
I know.
it doesn't bother me.
I like seeing how many things I can carry home. That's my deal.
Yeah, it's anything. It's more of a challenge.
Yeah,
by
exactly.
The supermarkets, and we thought, hey, look, Australians love having a sook. I certainly love having a sook about a first world problem. We all do. So 131060. If you want to have a first world sook, now is the time.
Yep.
Now's the platform. Here's the opportunity to get off your chest. One thing that I hate, Lewis, warm lettuce.
Oh, warm lettuce.
Can't deal with it.
No. Radio Mike, hit the music. What's
Guys,
This is Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.
did you not know that?
No, I just wanted to.
That's
I just
another
wanted-
first world problem is you don't know
I know. I
R.E.M.
just wanted
classics like Everybody Hurts.
Everyone else to know. Continue with your problem, mate. Warm lettuce.
Warm lettuce. Can't deal with it. You know what, really? It got me a few weeks ago in an airport. when you order a thing from the window of a cafe and you go, oh, just that chicken schnitzel for Kasha, thanks. And they go, no worries, you want that toasted? And obviously you go, yeah, because I love a warm schnitz.
Yeah.
Don't put the lettuce in there. They put the whole thing in there and the lettuce melts into the schnitzel, gets into the cheese.
No good.
Yeah.
No good at all.
In contrast, in a lot of countries that aren't in the first world, they've never even seen lettuce, regardless of temperature. So,
but I think if they did, they would hate it warm.
Yeah,
they would hate it not chilled.
That's very true. I've got one, Luke.
Yeah.
I always get sick when I travel.
Right, I thought you were about to continue.
No, it's just really annoying. Like when I have the privilege to
Yeah.
travel and go on planes and see amazing places, I always get like a runny nose, and it's just really annoying.
Nothing worse than having the sniffles while you're seeing the world.
I know. Sucks, man.
Another
so guys,
one.
give us a call, 131060.
Can I do one
if
more
you have a
before we
first
go to a
world
song?
song? Yeah, we'll do one more.
I hate it when you're trying to eat chips in front of the TV, but you can't hear the TV properly because all you hear is chips.
Yeah.
It's just the crunch.
That's true. No good.
And it's just overpowering the noise of the TV.
And you can get past that by pausing your Netflix, but then you got to pause
then
it.
I can't
you
eat
gotta
chips.
Play it, can't eat chips. It's really annoying. Hey,
Give us a call, 131060, First World Sooks. We want to hear them. It's a safe space.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Ooh, Amy Shark says hi, everyone. So we're talking first world sooks. If you have a first world problem, 131060, give us a call. We'd love to hear it to the tune of this music.
Yes, this was in light of the Australians having a big old sook over the recent plastic bag ban in supermarkets. We realised that, yes, as Australians, we love to sook because we have a lot to be happy about, but it's the little things that really grind our gears. We shared a few before the break, just before we go to Mohammed, who's waiting on the line. One other one that really got me earlier today, Lewis, it's right in front of me. I had my very first kombucha today, and no one warned me, but I'm feeling pretty gassy afterwards, and that wasn't said to me before I drank it. And Tom, our producer, actually gave that to me before the show. And Tom, heads up next time would have been great. He's nodding. Thumbs up.
Jeez,
Appreciate
it sucks
that, Tom.
when you have an issue with some free food that you
Yeah, I try. I didn't pay for the kombucha, but still feeling a little bloated afterwards.
Luke, I really hate that, when you've got a tea and a biscuit, because we have access to borderline unlimited teas and biscuits here in the first world.
Yeah.
When you dunk your bicky and then you lose half your bicky in your tea, sucks, man.
Why you have such flaky bickies? Either way, it's a real blow. Another office complaint. Hate it when the coffee mugs here in the office smell like coffee. I don't drink coffee, I just drink water out of it. Don't want that coffee stank up in my nostrils before I have a sip of water.
Maybe you should drink kombucha out of it.
Yeah, I probably feel a bit gassy. Mohammed is on the line. Mohammed, you want to have a first world sook?
I do, guys. How are you?
Very well. Good. Well, not great to be honest, but how are you?
Not bad at all.
Great.
I was just on the radio and I heard a chance to sook, so I really wanted to sook about the pedestrians in the city especially.
Just pedestrians
what about
in general?
Just the way they're walking about, not on the road?
Yeah, well, for the past 1 month I've been driving Uber and I come across in the city quite often. And it's just so annoying to be waiting for the pedestrians to cross, and especially when they're on the phones.
Yeah,
they have no concern whatsoever for the traffic. Yeah.
You know what I really hate, Lewis? You wouldn't be able to understand this, but as a driver, and I know it's completely legal and it is the law that I have to wait, I hate it when you have a left-hand turn and you're waiting for people to finish crossing the road. And yes, they have a green light, but you'll feel me, Mohammed. I've got a car. I'm probably more superior at that time. I hate waiting. I don't like the right-of-way rule.
Hey, Mohammed and Luke, just want to put this in perspective for you.
Yeah.
In the third world, 73% of North Koreans don't have cars. So everyone's a pedestrian.
Yeah. Exactly. We're not there.
Yeah, we're not there. So really, it's not our problem, is it?
And thanks for
we
that.
need to have a separate light for the pedestrians only, so at least most of the cars.
Hey, Mohammed, we wanted first world problems, not first world solutions.
Hey, Mohammed, I feel you, man. Simon, you have a first world sook for us?
Yes, I do have a first world sook.
Yep.
I flew into Melbourne tonight from Sydney, and I went to a late night diner where there was hardly any open. but the one that I found that was open.
I can't believe that's
had
not your
cash-
complaint. I hate that.
Yeah, it's
Mate,
geez,
well,
it
that-
sucks
that
when your food choices are a little bit limited.
Mate, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Right.
It was cash only, the one that I found, cash only.
Oh,
And
no.
they had a private ATM out the front, which is $2.50 to withdraw from. So
Ridiculous.
instead, I walked 2 blocks to go to a Commonwealth Bank ATM and withdraw money from that instead.
Hey, Simon, you're just cheap.
Mate,
You're just stingy.
I would admit it.
But hey, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I feel you, Simon. That's what. Can I do one more before we go
One
out to
more,
the
mate.
song, Lewis? Went to the movies the other day. Bought some popcorn.
Yeah.
I enjoy a buttered popcorn in the cinema. That's
Yeah.
what you go there for half the time.
Yeah.
Too salty. Became thirsty. Not only that, also felt a bit gassy after that as well.
I think that's not a first world problem. I think you just have dietary problems, mate.
You need to see a doctor.
So that brings us to the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much for listening.
Before we end the show, though, Radio Mike said he is our button pusher. He pushes the buttons for our show. That's what a button pusher does. And he reckons he has a complaint before we end. What's your complaint?
Well, earlier in the show, we talked about Panic at the Disco.
Yes,
and you
my favourite band.
Was that your complaint? I would also like to complain about that.
And I said that I really liked them. And then later on after that, you said, oh, none of my friends are into it. We've worked together for like 8 months, man. I thought we were at least friends.
True.
What's the complaint?
That Luke said, Luke didn't consider me a friend.
Sorry, I should have said none of my non-work friends are into it.
We're more than work friends, man.
Yeah, that's true. Mike did come to my birthday party, and I would like to apologise to Mike. And I look forward to discussing more Panic at the Disco related stuff in the future, if you'd like to.
I've got high hopes for it.
And that's a reference to their recent
Mike?
single.
Mike,
I already
if you
love this
If
conversation.
you guys keep talking about Panic in the Disco, I'm going to downgrade both of you guys to work colleagues.
That's fine. I don't want to hang out with that kind of negativity anyway.
Right, that's the end of the show, guys. I'm ending it there. Has nothing to do with Panic at the Disco. That's actually just the end of the show. So thank you very much for watching.
Let's not plug our social media. Panic at the Disco actually touring at the moment.
No,
Hudson
follow us
Arena,
on Instagram.
October 13.
Luke and Lewis
Get
on
tickets,
Instagram.
tickettech.com.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox.